All right, we are back here. This is Adam Mitchell-Hart and Kemet Bailey doing what we do best, which is just riffing on personal development topics as they relate to our respective businesses. I work as a career coach, helping people that are stuck in the wrong line of work and they want to find a new line of work that is more suitable with their passions and interests. And Kemet, I'll let you introduce what you're all about.
Yeah, so I run a personal development program basically where people can learn to kind of master their personal stories because a lot of people have issues surrounding what it is that they're trying to do in life and what the next direction that they want to take is. And I feel like unless you can figure out what the narrative of your life is and like start choosing it powerfully, you can't really move forward in any meaningful way. So my course kind of helps people do that.
Great. So today, what we're going to be talking about is this theme of confidence. This is going to be a part of a series here where we're going to be doing 5-minute segments on the importance of confidence and what that means to people looking to change their career or to excel in their life through Kemet's program. So. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and kick it off by saying that confidence is a theme that keeps emerging over and over in the work that I do as part of my 90-day coaching programs. My clients come to me because they're not feeling confident. In fact, they're feeling very unsure of themselves because they're in a line of work that they don't like, right? They're showing up to work each day and they're just knowing that this is not for them, and they're feeling trapped because they don't know what that next thing is. So as part of the work that we do, one of the byproducts is that they gain a lot of confidence in themselves once they go through this process of understanding who they are and what they're all about. So that's just a little bit of snippet of where this plays into my work. Kemet, how do you see this playing into the work that you're doing?
Yeah, well, I think the underlying reason for anyone to do any personal development work, and I consider your program to be definitely in the personal development category, even though it's career related, but it really is about evolving your own ability to move forward, right? And so you're kind of helping people do that in the workplace setting. For me, I feel like one of the problems I see with people continually is that they seem to want to jump steps, right? I mean, it's attractive to say you can get from point A to point C without going through point B, but point C is confidence, and to get there, I think you have to go through some steps, and some of those steps are related to how you're viewing where you are in the present and what it is you need to do to get to that next step. And so I think that when you start to really define what it is that you want to do, like really crystallize your goals, like, make them concrete so that you can see them clearly. And then you start to see steps along the path to getting there. It stops being kind of a scary, amorphous thing over here in the distance. And that breeds confidence because, when you can see something clearly, then you can aim at it and you can figure out what you're doing to get there. And so I think confidence comes into play when you have done that work. And then you need to just realize that you have done it, and have some faith in yourself that you'll rise to whatever challenges you set for yourself.
Yeah, okay. And let's talk about confidence for a second, right? Just zooming out, forgetting, our own respective programs, et cetera. Like, what would you say confidence is? Like, how would you describe somebody who has a lot of confidence, and why does that matter to them when they're going through life?
Yeah, that's a big question. But I think that, the short answer would be, confidence pretty much always manifests itself as like being self-assured, which I guess is just another definition of confidence. But I think what that means, like in a grand sense, is having a very clear understanding of who they are. So when you see someone who's confident, they seem to know where they are, what they're doing, why they're doing it, and everything seems to wrap around that, right? So they're fully engaged in whatever process it is that they're engaged in. And I think that that's rare to see, because usually people are considering all these other things, and those things manifest as lack of confidence. So if you're in the middle of something, but people can tell you're distracted by worries about how you look or about how you sound or about what you're saying, you start to not really feel too like you relate to that person, then you can recognize like that there's a lack of confidence there. And so I think that confidence really just speaks to an understanding of where you want to be and how you're going to get there. And and when you see people who are very on that path where they're they seem to be moving consistently in one direction or towards whatever it is they want to be getting to, they just seem confident, even if they're not doing it as well as they'd like to. If they're really just moving in that direction, that's confidence.
Yeah, yeah, it does seem to have a lot to do with somebody that just has a strong belief in themselves, who they are, what they're all about, because then they can go out into the world and they're not tentative about making decisions. They're very sure of themselves, so they can make decisions with certainty. And of course, that's going to play out in very beneficial ways in the workplace, but also when you are going through major life transitions and the time comes for you to step up to the plate and interview, for example. Well, if you're not sure of yourself, you're going to come across in a certain way that's not going to inspire confidence in the hiring manager. And as a result, your chances of getting that job are going way down. So that's just kind of one example of where confidence plays a role. And with that, we're going to wrap up this first segment here on confidence, and tune in tomorrow for the next segment.